We are excited because Phil Harding is back in the GDC house, and today we're going over a real case Phil Harding handled regarding a bicycle car accident. So I want you to go over the case with me just a little bit about what happened. Start at the beginning.
Yeah, let's talk about this. This is where a car ran into a bicyclist. We're going to see what laws apply. We're going to talk about that legal word subrogation. And we're also going to talk about how to stack insurance to get the maximum recovery.
So if a car runs into a pedestrian, whose insurance is covering what?
Yeah, that's a great. Actually, let's just go through the facts, and okay. I think we have a graphic here, so we can go through it. And here's a real key part, but you don't think. The person that ran into my guy, who's the cyclist, he was driving a friend's car. Super important. Hits the bicyclist. My guy has a broken femur. He's off work, for almost 2 months, and he has like $70,000 in medical bills.
Wow, that's a lot of money. So who's responsible for paying for that?
Yeah, let's talk about first kind of. Everyone thinks that even if the other side comes up and says, hey, I drove, it was my fault, they pay for your medical bills. They don't. Remember, your health insurance or insurance that's on your own car pays for your medical bills. So don't expect the other side to write any checks. They write one check and only one check at the very end. Now let's talk about really why this is so important. And a lot of times you have to stack insurance to get the maximum recovery. So what you look at is first the owner of the car. And maybe we have a graphic to kind of go over this on stacking insurance. And so first you look to the owner of the car. And most of the time owners and drivers are the same, but if you loan your car, you're loaning your insurance. Then you look to the driver of the car. So in this scenario, the owner of the car, that insurance came first. Next, we go to the insurance that is on the driver. And I know the driver wasn't in his car, but your insurance, your car insurance follows you, right? When you go and rent a car in Boise, Idaho, you don't have to take insurance because your insurance goes with you. And then last, my guy was on a bike. But if you have uninsured, underinsured, that car insurance covers you if you're on a bike, if you're on a skateboard, if you're walking. You never thought about that, right?
Right. I never knew that. But since health insurance paid for medical billings, do you have to pay back the health insurance?
You do. And that's called subrogation. And look, using your health insurance, Medicaid, Medicare is so important. And here's the reason why. If anyone has seen or used this, any of that, you know about EOBs, and let's look at an EOB. Stands for an explanation of benefits. And so here is a real EOB. Someone went to Swedish, the billed amount was $29,000, then all of a sudden the discounted amount, right? Health insurance comes in and says normal and customary, the only amount that we're going to pay is $8,500. So in this one scenario, you would send to the other side at the end and redact all of that, and you would get $29,000 just on this one medical bill alone. You might have to pay back your health insurance, the $8,500, but you made $29,000 on it in the settlement. And then there's one last thing. There's Colorado's make whole law that says if you've hired an attorney, let's say you're paying them on a contingency fee of 1/3, health insurance usually needs to reduce that by 1/3. Not to quote the Bible, but you can't reap where you haven't sown, right?
Yeah.
And what happened is you, the injured party, hired an attorney to get this money, so now your health insurance has to reduce it by the same amount.
And so how do you get that back from the health insurance? Do you negotiate or?
Yeah, if you have an attorney can go in and negotiate. And one quick little thing, if you get the full policy limits, let's say the person that ran into you only has $50,000 and you get that $50,000, Colorado's make whole law says you might not have to pay back anything to health insurance. Call an attorney. It's super important to know all of your rights, stacking of insurance, subrogation, what you have to pay back, maybe getting rid of all of that.
And he just scratched the surface, so call this attorney right here. You can reach Harding and Associates directly. Call 303-762-9500 and you get a free consultation anytime you call. You can also log online, go to wlaw.com. hlaw.com. That's hlaw.com. hlaw.com or call 303-762-9500. And thank you again to Phil Harding for sponsoring this segment.
Thank
Great
you.
talking to you.